guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey if it's your first time here. Okay, let's have some water. So you guys, this is ice water. It's alkaline water. I put some lime slices in there and some pink sea salt. It's so good. It's kind of giving a margarita vibe. Obviously it's water, so it's refreshing, it's hydrating, but it has that little kick, it has that little tang, and it tastes so freaking good. So I don't know if it's because it's summer or what, but get you some ice water, lime juice, lime slices, put some pink salt for electrolytes, and you're gonna feel so good, and it tastes good. Today I want to share with you guys how I accidentally lost 30 pounds, okay? And this video is going to be filled with some health tips, like some practical things that I did over the last year is when I noticed it. I hadn't been on a scale in about a year and a half, and when I got on 2 weeks ago, I saw the number decrease by 30 pounds, and that was so amazing. So I'm going to be sharing with you the things that I've done over the past year, but more so this video is going to be focused on self-love. How my self-love has really been the catalyst to losing weight, how this ties into our self-image. This is kind of a touchy subject, you know, weight and body image, how we perceive ourselves. It can be a tender, sensitive, touchy subject. And so I just want to assure you that this is a space of love. And also that I personally am somebody who has had a negative perception of my self-image my whole life. And so I'm going to share with you how I've learned to overcome that, how I've embodied more love. And as a result, the weight just started to fall off, and it's going to continue to fall off as I've really learned about health, emotional health, and all these things like this. And so if you're interested in a video like this, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe on this channel. I love sharing about our self-love journey, what that can look like, spirituality, feminine energy, all the things in the unseen. And normally I don't tend to focus on outer beauty, but self-care and self-love will reflect on the outside as well. And so drop me a comment. I would love to know who's here, and let's get into it. So you guys, I created a video over a year ago about our body image and how our mindset reflects the number on the scale. How we perceive ourselves, what's going on in your inner world is going to manifest in your outer world. And so when we're talking about weight or body image, how you perceive yourself, it matters. The thoughts that are going through your head, the image that you have of yourself is what will become your reality, even when we're not aware of it. And so this is not anything to fear. This is something that is so empowering to know, because that means that it's not just about the physical action, it's also about the unseen realm, our thoughts, our mindset. It affects our behaviors. That's where it stems from. That's the root. And so when we talk about losing weight, it starts with, well, how do you see yourself? And you want to go back to like childhood or how you were raised. Like, what is your image of yourself? And for me, growing up, I was always taller than the other kids. I was always curvier than the other kids. I had like a C cup in like 5th grade, okay? And so darker skin, different hair, I really stood out growing up, and the people around me, the kids around me, let me know that, okay? And so that's why it was so funny to me when the whole beauty standard changed from one to another. And so then like thicker was in, and just all kinds of stuff, right? Embrace your natural beauty and don't go by the beauty standard, because it's always changing and it doesn't matter. We're all individual, we're all unique. Some people want to gain weight. Like my dad, I remember him drinking weight gainer, going to the gym, pumping, you know, like his weights, wearing his weight belt. Some people want to gain weight. Some people want to lose weight. Two people can have the exact same food that they consume, same amount of activity, and their bodies are going to look completely different. That's why we want to learn how to just love ourselves and decide for ourselves how we choose to look. But we want to release any negative programming. That's what I had to do. So if as a kid I had this idea that I was bigger than other people or fat or whatever, and then I had to face that and kind of do the inner work to see like, okay, is that even true? Because when I look back at photos of myself as a child, I'm like, I was not fat. Like I wasn't, but that was the idea in my head. Okay, and so this step to me is important because it's really freed me. And even if you were so-called chubby or whatever else, that's okay. Like, you can now decide how you choose to look. And so if you're on a video like this, then most likely you're wanting to lose weight, which is also releasing emotions, negative programming, baggage, and the self-love is really gonna heal you on every level. It's gonna help heal you emotionally, it's gonna help heal you physically, and it's going to grant you confidence in yourself and in your unique beauty, okay? And so I just had to start by letting you guys know that it's about the inner world, not just the outer. You know, and when I made a video like that, somebody was so triggered and they were like, what do you mean? Like, just go run, just go cut, just go lift weights and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, relax. That's why I wanted to. It's important for me personally. If I'm looking at a video about weight loss or about transformation, self-love, who is speaking to you? Is it somebody who is a size 2? There's no shade, but I'm coming from a place of somebody who has lived that way, like somebody who's struggled personally with my weight and image. And so when I share with you, I just feel like it's more realistic than a bodybuilder or whatever else, you know, telling you how to do something. I'm not a doctor, I'm somebody who's been in one state of mind and transformed. So then that's what I want to share with you. But it gets me kind of fired up because the insensitivity. A lot of times when we pack on weight, it has nothing to do with the weight. There's deeper issues, and that's what we have to address first, gently, with love, compassion, understanding, like first. Okay, so losing 30 pounds, how did I do it? How did I do it? That's what I've been kind of thinking about. And you know what? It really just started with focusing on health. Okay, I started to learn about health. When it comes to dropping weight, 2 things. One, it's knowledge, like learning how to be healthier. We have to learn how to do it. And then number 2, it's the love. It's the self-love, which is gonna drive you to stay on a path that's going to heal your body, help you feel better inside and out. And so I was not focused on losing weight. I just started to learn about health. And so for me, I decided to be plant-based because for me, morally, that's what made sense. When I had my spiritual awakening and just taking a real look at myself, getting to know myself, I decided for me that that was the lifestyle that I wanted to do because morally that fit for me. Okay, so since I didn't want to hurt the animals, there's no one way to do it, you know. I'm not saying you have to become plant-based, but I'm saying that you should tune in to yourself to see what resonates for you. And when I decided to become plant-based, I started to learn about it. You know, and it's very easy to go to the store nowadays and there's so many impossible meats and all of the fake processed stuff. So it's about just step by step learning how to transition the lifestyle, right? And so that these days I follow so many amazing creators that I'll link for you down below. If you're on a plant-based live it. If you're following that lifestyle, there's so many resources. Like you can still indulge, you can still cook, like learn how to cook healthy foods or do it raw, but just getting more plants, like getting more living foods in my body is what helped me, because I mean, it's pretty much common sense that if we eat foods that are alive, they're going to help you. Like they have fiber. It's going to help you, you know, pass out the waste, and it's going to help you feel good. And so like my first little tip would just be, when you're going to reach for food, or if you're planning your food, think to yourself just simply, is this food alive? Like a banana, it's alive because it can rot if you don't eat it. Blueberries, they're alive. Lime, spinach, kale, it's alive. Versus going to your cabinet for like Cheez-Its, okay? Those are not alive. Those have been made in a factory and whatever else, right? And so for me, that's where I placed meat. Yes, it has protein, but the reason it has protein is because that animal was eating plants, okay? So, and then you're eating the animal's body, but it's not alive, it's dead, okay? And so do what works for you, but plant-based has helped me to just think about the foods I'm putting in my body. And to take it a step further would be alkaline, and to take it a step further would be a raw food diet. And so following accounts that are showing me healthy foods help, because what you're visually seeing is going into your mind and your whole body is taking it in. So if you're following somebody who's doing like McDonald's mukbangs, like mukbang or whatever it's called, that's like not gonna help you, because you might start to crave that. And so anyways, learning about health and opening my mind to new knowledge, learning about gut health, okay? Because for me, I've had a baby. So I have a 6-year-old daughter, and for my stomach is still an area that I have to be conscious of. Okay, how am I going to lose this fat on my stomach? So learning about what's really going on. Okay, gut health is a huge thing. So yeah, you can take probiotics, and you can like eat foods that have helped me are like unsweetened coconut yogurt. Okay, it tastes sour, but I know that there's live things in there that's gonna help clean me out. It's the good bacteria, right? So healthy gut is all about balancing the bad bacteria with the good bacteria. I have another video on yeast infections, which will happen in our body if there's too much sugar and there's too much yeast. So it's just about education, like being mindful of how much bread you consume, how much sugar you consume, processed food. And for me, dairy also can be tricky. I'm vegetarian, I'm not vegan, plant-based vegetarian. I will still consume cheese because I know that the cow hasn't been killed, and I'm not here to debate with anybody, but I've noticed for myself that it produces mucus. The next day, if I have cheese pizza the next day, I'm like coughing up the mucus, which is yucky, right? And so it's all about being in tune with your body, paying attention to how does your body feel after you eat certain foods. What gives you energy versus what depletes you? What makes you feel lethargic versus what makes you feel like alive, or just what makes you feel good? What helps you poop out? Like, so I'll use things like flax seeds. So I like the taste of it, like, and I can put it in smoothies really often. You can put it in oatmeal, but just educating myself on gluten, like what does that do to the body? Try to get gluten free. Try to avoid fast food, right? The fast food, the easiest way to see it is it's GMO. Yes, it's fried, high calorie, but it's GMO, which means it's not real food. Like, I was so tripping out when I saw this video on McDonald's fries, because since I'm vegetarian, sometimes I would drive through McDonald's just to get the fry. I'm like, there's nothing left I can get the menu, until I saw this video, and it's like, they're so highly inflammatory, like not even inflammatory, not even processed, but they're just like toxic. The potatoes that they use for their fries, they spray them, and then they can't even go near the product, the crop, for like 5 or 6 days. And it's just not good for us. And the more health conscious I've become, the more my body is right there in alignment with me. So like, let's say I go back to one of my old ways and I get myself some donuts or something like that, my body's talking back to me like, we're done with that, because you know better. So it starts with learning about health, and then practicing it little by little, and just not being too hard on yourself. You know, like I said, I didn't go on a scale for a year, but like family members would tell me, oh, I think you're losing weight, or you look, you know, this way or that way. My clothes started to fit me a little bit differently. Jeans that were like too tight could fit with room, you know. And so personally, a gentler approach than stressing about a number on a scale would just be, how do your clothes fit you? How confident are you feeling? And another thing is that I had to do was look at myself with loving eyes and really see myself. This can be hard to do. This can trigger you depending on how your self-image, because if we focus on what society thinks, then we're doomed. You want to get to a place of self-acceptance, being able to look in the mirror and look at yourself fully, not criticizing yourself, but just what do you see when you look in the mirror? You know, and if you have any flaws, just becoming aware of them, showering yourself with love, and then deciding if you want to change something. So for me, I saw parts of my body that I'm like, okay, I want to work on that. And that alone is a huge step versus just ignoring it, versus just pretending that it's not there. Okay, no, I see this and I can do better. I see this and this can change. Let me work at it. So that's where like working out comes in. But for me to lose 30 pounds, I just walked. Like I just went to the park and would walk. I didn't have a routine. 2 times a week or maybe 3 times, just taking a walk for like 20 minutes. The sun will heal you. Connecting with nature is so beautiful. It takes away any worries you have. It takes away any anxiety. You feel so completely rejuvenated when you just go out in nature. It heals you on every level. Ground yourself. Take off your shoes, socks, or sandals and walk on the grass. Let it absorb any negative energy from your body. We're talking spiritually, emotionally, physically, but just going outside. And so I'm not going to tell you to go do any type of harsh exercise, because that's just not what I did. And also when you're starting this journey, that doesn't feel sustainable. Maybe it works for some, but just walking, just getting your body moving. And the lighter you eat, the more you have the energy to do these things. So plant-based also has taught me personally that I don't have to eat as much. Releasing things I didn't need, releasing meat, releasing like being mindful of my portions. Also, when we're eating processed foods or sugary foods, it makes you want to eat more. I try to tell my daughter this, but I could be guilty of it too. Like if I eat something sugary, in half an hour I want more or something else. Since it's not nutrient dense food, then of course your body is asking for real food. So learning about whole foods, learning how to cook them. And this is a major key for weight loss. I've learned that your body, the way it runs, is either on sugar or fat. Like it burns sugar or it burns fat. That's how it works. And so this has really, I learned this recently, but I feel like this is a game changer. When I'm gonna put something in my mouth, if it has fat, that's what it's gonna use as energy to fuel me. If it has sugar, it's gonna burn sugar. Now, if I cut out sugar and if I cut out fat, I'm in the green. Like if I have some asparagus or something like that, or just being mindful, okay, healthy fats, olive oil, olives, avocado oil, avocados, learning what healthy fats are versus like inflammatory processed oils. Dang, I have a lot to say on this. Also, I'm gonna link channels that are lit for learning about health. Flav City on YouTube, he's a huge channel who has taught me how to read the back of the label, right? When you're at the grocery store. Now I do not put something in my cart without reading the label, if it has a label. Ideally, it shouldn't have a label, but if it does, reading it. Healing with Trey on Instagram, same thing. And A lot of these creators have cookbooks and just more resources for us, but what's gonna get you to that point is just the love for self, right? So self-love, caring about yourself, truly, you know? It's not about how you look, to be honest. Like, I don't know, in these 30 pounds that I've lost, I feel that it would have been a whole different journey if I would have been stressing about it, looking in the mirror and being like, am I losing weight? Am I losing weight? How much have I lost? 2 pounds a week and all this. Like, it was nothing like that. It was a gradual process over a year. And it does come down to self-love, which is why I wanted to put it on this channel. Caring how you feel and truly loving yourself inside, because when you love yourself, then everything you're putting into your body, you care what it's doing to your body. It's really as simple as that. That's how you're gonna stay on a healthy path. So it's not really about weight loss, it's about health. And what will keep you, like, what makes it sustainable, what makes it long lasting is not deprecation. It's not saying that, oh, I can't eat anything that I like, I have to be so harsh and disciplined. Like, it's more so like setting limits from a place of love. Like, okay, if I have 20 cookies, like, that's gonna be horrible for me. Like, it's gonna literally be so horrible for me. If I buy chips at the store, I'm gonna eat the whole bag of chips in like 1 to 2 sittings, like those Sun chips. You know what I mean? So just deciding for myself what is a healthier alternative, or just being like not eating anything. And you guys, another one is fasting. Another tip for weight loss is fasting. When you're on your spiritual journey, and you become more in tune with yourself, you recognize that we do not need to eat as often as we've been told. We have been lied to in this matrix because it's profits over people in the world. So no, you don't need to eat bacon, steak, chicken at night, 3 meals a day, overloading your body. No, you don't. We don't even need 3 meals a day, personally, but tune into your own body and what do you need. Are you actually hungry? Do you allow yourself to become hungry, or are you just eating from habit? Are you eating for an emotional reason, like to fill a void? Are you trying to cope? Are you feeling sad? And these are the touchy subjects that are not so fun to face, but for me, just keeping it real and honest, that's what I had to look at it myself. And the first step is just awareness. Like, oh, I'm feeling kind of lonely. Let me eat something sweet. Oh, I'm feeling kind of sad, this happened. Let me just treat myself. And so it's more so just about being real with yourself, getting to know yourself, and then making decisions, because it's better that way than being oblivious and not even wanting to go into your inner world to see what's going on. That's how we can self-sabotage, self-harm, because of just not being in tune with ourselves, not knowing ourselves, and not having that love. So love is about gentleness, kindness, also accountability, and having just awareness of like, okay, what's going on in me? What's another way I can handle this? Like, for example, if you're feeling sad, like writing it out, or doing a practice that helps you feel better, like stretching or yoga, or it doesn't even have to be healthy, but it can just be a different outlet, creating art or listening to music. I love music. Music is so healing to me. Dancing, laughing, spending time with someone you love. And also just like, maybe, for example, I used to love ice cream, but nowadays I want, like, let's say mango flavor. I'll get frozen mango and just pour a little unsweetened coconut milk on top, or oat milk or almond milk. But literally a splash, and blending it, and that is right there, mango ice cream, but there's no cream, right? And it's healthy for you. You're gonna feel good from the inside out. And so that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys. And not eating so often, actually allowing ourselves to be hungry, then being so mindful, okay, what am I putting in my body? searching for the real foods and putting effort in because we love ourselves, the weight is gonna fall away. You're gonna feel good. It just empowers you to know that, hey, wow, I did this. Even me, I trip out. Like, wow, I've had a natural birth. I've lost 30 pounds. Like, we're so powerful. So we should celebrate ourselves. We should be our own biggest cheerleader. Recognize that it's very much possible. You can do it with love. You can do it gently. Just be patient. Set that intention for health more than anything, and releasing, letting go, and the things will drop off from your life left to right. You'll be so surprised, but you'll gain inner peace. You'll gain love. You'll gain confidence. You'll gain happiness and strength. And so that's my message for today, you guys. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing, so much power into your life. I'll see you in my next video.